Hi, I'm Liz. I go by Stitch by Liz with an underscore over on Instagram. This is episode 13, sure. And today we are going to be doing a mid-year WIP parade. I don't have any photos of what my projects look like at my first ever Flosstube, which was a WIP parade, because I didn't take any. I am going to take some after this video is done, so at least for the end 2022 end of year WIP parade there will be photos of what it looked like now. But we'll get into it. Today is the 2nd of July. It is fairly early in the morning, almost 9 o'clock. We're filming early because Ross has got to go help his brother. And there are quite a few WIPs that I have. If you are new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Let's just jump into it. I have everything next to me here. You can probably see some of it. They're all in their project bags. They're unzipped. I'm going to try keep them together as much as I can. And I will let you know the project, where it's from, what my current stats are, and if I remember the fabric. Ross will be popping up photos of what they look like when they're finished, except for the mystery stitch alongs, because they are still a mystery. And then some of them I actually have a physical chart, so I'll be holding that up. Let's jump into it. So first up is Sorcerer Mickey. I got this from Etsy. The shop that I got it from no longer exists. This is in a Mickey project bag that I made myself. It's just got a red interior. This is stitched on an 18 count white. You're going to hear that a lot. It is my preferred fabric. I have done 18,058 stitches, and I am 37.62% complete. And that is 5 pages done. So I actually started this, would be good if I didn't cover my notes. I started this on the 14th of September 2019, and then I stopped stitching on it in Feb 2020. And then I started again. I think I finished this page last year, and then this most recent page was a WIP Go call. Yeah, I'm loving the way this is turning out. I've fallen back in love with this project. The needle minder, which is a little Halloween Mickey, is from Ginger Stitch AU. Next up is my one and only Heaven and Earth design. It is a mini. It is just in a whatever project bag. This is stitched on a 22 count ivory. I have stitched this 2/1 full cross. However, I don't like how bulky it is. In hindsight, I probably should have done 2/1 10, but you know, learning. This has had 23,516 stitches. It's 29.69% complete, and I started this on the 3rd of March last year, 2021. So that's what it looks like. This next page that I'm working on over here is fairly simple. It will be fairly quick to stitch up. It is mostly block colours. But I have issues with this fabric and 2/1 full cross on this, and I wish I was not this far in, so I could at least either restart it or restart it. My Evie needle minder is from Inchworm Designs, and she's also an Aussie shop. My third WIP is Villains. This is also from Etsy. It is in a villain project bag I made. I have taken this one off the Q-Snap simply because I think I am actually going to restart this. So this is a huge pattern. It's 42 pages. I started this on the 20th of March last year, and I have done 1.5 pages. I think it's 7,743 stitches. It's 4.42% complete. It is stitched on a 22 count white. And this is my progress. It does look amazing. However, like the Eevees, it is stitched 2/1 full cross. And I think I am actually going to restart this. With a 2/110 or 3/110. I haven't decided yet. I'll do a test stitch and see how it goes. Like it is incredible and it looks amazing. But 2/1 full cross has frustrated me, so I've gotten to the point where I don't want to work on it because I just get annoyed. Alright, next up is Tatooine, or Visit Tatooine by Country Magic Stitch. It is in a Star Wars project bag that I made. This is on a 22 count white, stitched 1/1 full cross with CXC threads. I did do Visit Naboo, which is another one in this series, 2/110, and it was amazing, but I like how delicate the 1/1 full cross looks on 22 count. And this has had 1,908 stitches. It's 8.47% complete. And I started this one on the 7th of April 2021. However, I was originally doing this tent stitch, and then I ripped it out and restarted and did 1/1 full cross. Needle minder is from Inchworm Designs as well. If you can see here, the white was originally called for 712, and there was almost no difference between the sky and the cloud highlight and what will be, you can barely see it, but one of the suns. So I did have to pull this out. I am trying diagonal stitching on this as well, which is actually really fun, really quick, works out pretty fast. Next up is a project I started for Mania 2021. It's in a purple spiderweb bag. I worked on this during Mania. Sorry, this is Stitch Stained Glass by Aurora CS. I started this Mania last year. I worked on it for Mania and I haven't done anything since that time. So this is on an 18 count white. I have done 2,323 stitches and it's 6.36% complete. And I started this on the 25th of May. So this is about a week's worth of work. And that's all that's been done. I really should get back to it. I want to do the black outlining on all of it and then just colour it in like a colouring book. And again, that little Stitch Christmas needle minder was actually the first one I ever bought. And that's from Inchworm Designs. Only discovered needle minders, I think, end of 2020, start of 2021. Okay. Next up, I actually have a photo. It's in a Stars project bag I made. This is Victorian Charm by Dimensions. I am using the Kit Ada and floss for this one. I did start this on the 23rd of August 2021. My needles disappeared, that's a good time. With Belushi Stitches, Joe and Emma at MX Stitching. And when I first started it, I literally put in maybe 3 rows of stitches because it is a paper chart and paper charts are horrible. And then I finally managed to get a PDF into Pattern Keeper and I picked it up again this year and I have put in everything else. So I'd only done a couple of rows in the white at the top, and then everything else I've done this year, including the back stitching as I go. And that little needle minder is part of a 2-pack from Ginger Stitch, but this is on, I think it's an 18 count navy that comes in the kit. It's, since I've had it in Pattern Keeper, it's like so fun to work on, and I probably really should get back to it, but I have 150 million whips, so they'll get worked on eventually. Next up is the Cryptid Stitch Along. I have not finished. I am not finishing anytime soon. It's on a Harry Potter spells, it's in that project bag. I started this when it started on the 26th of August. And this is as far as I am. I don't have the stats for it because I did most of them as individual releases. And then obviously I'm changing things up a little bit. So I've got the drop bear going in the corner. This needle minder is from somebody on Facebook. So I really need to finish this, given the first creature of the Supernatural Stitch Along came out today. And I've done the border for that, but I haven't started the first creature. Alright, where are we? Next up is Mini Night Colors. This is a Leonid Afremov chart from Artisy, and it is indeed a mini. It's in a mini project bag. I started this on the 2nd of September 2021, which was 3 days after my grandfather passed away, just because I needed something new to stitch on, so I started this. It has had a dismal amount of work. It's had a total of 707 stitches, which is 4.06%, and this is an 18 count white, and it's stitched 2/1 full cross. Cryptids was on an 18 count that I tea-dyed myself as well, but this is literally 9:39, 3:10, and I think 8:23 has just started going in. I really should get a move on this, but it's confetti and sometimes I'm just not in the mood for that. Next up is also a confetti heavy piece that I literally did my whip go goal on and haven't worked on it since. It's in a Harry Potter Potions project bag. I started this on the 1st of December last year. It is Max, which is my sister's cat. It's stitched on an 18 count 2/1. This is as far as I've got. So this is 5,745 stitches. It is 19.54% complete. Much to my sister's dismay, it's not finished yet, but it is confetti central. And when I say confetti, I'm not even going to show you the back because it's hideous. Like confetti central. Ross is laughing at me from behind the camera. Look how bad it is. It's bad. So I really should get a move on with this because my mum has also asked me to stitch her cat, which will happen at some point. So Max kicked off the 12 days of stitching. 12 days of stitching, was it? I think it was. In December 2021, where we did a new piece every, worked on a piece for 2 days and then switched. So this one was started on the 5th. The one in between I've already finished. This is in a pink cross project bag. And this is Emotion Bottle by the Witchy Stitcher. This is again stitched on an 18 count 2/1. This has actually been called for a whip go finish for July. It has had 1,488 stitches. It's 42.84% complete. And this is actually for my sister Steph. I really need to get this finished. And it will be finished this month. So yeah, hopefully it stitches up quickly because we've got frogorts and everything, so it's going to be pretty hectic. The next one I started on the 9th of December 2021. It's in a witchy bag. This is a Stitcher Haunts Here by the Witchy Stitcher, and this is what I've done. Almost all of the 310. I do need to finish it off and then I can start colouring it in. This is 2,321 stitches. It's 44.22% complete, and again it's 18 count 2/1 full cross. I love this. I'm doing the bright version, so there are two versions. There's a muted version and a bright version. I'm doing the bright version and it'll go up on my wall when it's done. Alright. Next up is Gryffindor Common Room. I believe this is from Green Terrace. It is not available on Etsy anymore. I started this one on the 11th of December 2021. It's in a Birdie Bots Harry Potter project bag. Love this fabric. This is also stitched on 18 count 2/1, and this is where I'm up to. So I started this because I saw Sam from Sammy Liz start this, and I fell in love with the look of them, so I actually bought all four. Started Gryffindor first, so this is 6,714 stitches and it's 25.84% complete. Now there is a mix of full stitches and half stitches, so it will pop once I've actually finished it. And the needle minder, I believe, is from Itchy Stitchy, I think. It's not available anymore. Okay, next up was another December start. We started on the 15th of December. This is Reindeer Names by Spooky and Steve. It's in a candy cane project bag because I needed to make project bags to match my whips. This is again on an 18 count white. I literally worked on this for 2 days during December, and then I think maybe I put in another day somewhere else. This is literally all I've done. This is 846 stitches, and surprisingly this is 20.06% complete. This does have a needle minder, however it's currently holding a needle with a piece of black floss. Next up is Mini Santa Nutcracker. This is also by Artisy. This is in a gnomes Christmas print. I got this fabric during lockdown last year, I think early in the year. And this is also a mini. My needle minder is being a strange one. This is as far as I've gotten. This is 2,302 stitches. It's 14.21% complete, but like, it's amazing. There's a lot of white in this, so like all that's white. The gingerbread needle minder is from Ginger Stitch AU as well, but I really need to get back and work on this because I actually quite enjoy it. It is confetti-ish, but it's a lot of fun. Next up is Sweet Dreams by the Witchy Stitcher. If you haven't already sensed a theme, I stitch a lot of Witchy Stitcher patterns. This is in a green, whoa, that's blown out. Green X project bag, that's really blown out. This is stitched on an 18 count that I tea-dyed. I started this on the 19th of December 2021 and I literally have not worked on it very much. So this is 854 stitches and it is a 26.60% complete. Needle minder is from Itchy Stitchy. It's not available anymore. But I love the way this is looking on this fabric. I really need to get rid of that crease too. Nothing's ironed, by the way. But yeah, I really need to to work on this one as well. This one's for my best friend, and then I have to stitch this again because my sister wants one too. Next up is actually something that I started for Ross. It is Spider-Man. I started this on the 23rd of December 2021, and it is in a Marvel Spider-Man Iron Man comic book bag. Sure. Words. I have only done 2 pages on this one. This is what it looks like. Like, it's amazing. It looks amazing. It's fun to stitch. Both of those 2 pages were WIP Go calls for this year. This is what it looks like on the whole fabric, so I really need to do some more work on it. It is where am I? 7,416 stitches. It's 12.36% complete. And again, it is on a 18 count 2/1. Needle minder is also from Itchy Stitchy. All right, next up is, oh, that was it for 2021. Now onto my 2022 whips. Sorry, I had to turn the page. This was my New Year, New Start, and it is the Collectors by Autumn Lane Stitchery. It is in a Haunted House project bag, which I love. This is stitched on an 18 count that I dyed myself. Excuse the fluoro orange gridding. And this was my New Year, New Start. And this is the project where I have found out that I cannot stitch trees because I can't count. This is 3,333 stitches. It is 12.15% complete. Needle minder is from somewhere. I have no idea. But I'm absolutely loving the way this is turning out on this fabric. It's washing it out a little bit. It is quite dark, but I think it looks amazing. So I need to work on that some more, but projects. My second new start for this year was the 4th of February 2022, and it is Autumn in Stars Hollow by the Black Needle Society. This was a retreat that they did last year. I didn't do the retreat last year, but as soon as I saw the chart, I knew I wanted to do it and join in. So this is in a Purple X project bag. This is what I have done so far. It is on an 18 count white 2/1. I have done 3,671 stitches. It is 40.68% complete. Now, because I gridded this with a washable marker, if you can see the really light blue lines, I can't do any of the overdyes, just in case they are not color fast and I don't want to do all the stitching and then wash it and it's ruined. So I'm doing all the DMC first, then I will wash it, and then I'll go back and do the overdyes. I learned my lesson for Summer in Stars Hollow, which you'll see later on. Next up is Diagon Alley. This is by Country Magic Stitch. This is in the similar vein to the Tatooine piece I'm doing. I started this on the 17th of February 2022. This was only released this year as well. I'm stitching this on a 22 count 1/1 full cross. I have done, sorry, 2,400, my voice is going, sorry. What am I doing this on? I've done 2,468 stitches. It's 10.96% complete, and this is 1/1 using CXC thread. But as you can see the sort of skeleton of the dragon. And I was also doing diagonal stitching on this one for the sky, and then like once I started getting into the buildings, it's just, you know, regular stitching. Needle minder, I believe, is also from Itchy Stitchy. I I didn't show the bag, but it's in a maroon Hogwarts crest, and this one actually has the DA Army signatures. All the others have got just a complementary colour inside. Next up is Dragon Phoenix. This is by Cute Patterns by Maria. I started this on the 27th of February 2022, and this was for the Stitch for Ukraine. It's in a Purple Galaxy sort of Northern Lightsy project bag. This is stitched on a 18 count 2/1 full cross where called for, and then half cross where called for. So this is what it looks like. This is as far as I am. This is 5,731 stitches. It's 38.99% complete, and it is on an 18 count. That needle minder is the matching needle minder to the White Cat, but I absolutely love the way this looks. And this is regular DMC, and then like it calls for a lot of blends, and it's just like it actually looks like fire, which I love. I really enjoy working on this, and I'm going to say this with all of them. I enjoy working on all of them, and I need to do more work on them. But, you know, time. Next up is the Under the Sea Stitch Along by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. This is a mystery stitch along, so there's no photo to show because I've done all 4 parts that have been released so far. This is in a pastel rainbow mermaid project bag. And this is on an 18 count that I have hand dyed myself, and it will wash out because naturally it's blue and it will. And this is, excuse the giant crease down the middle, but this is all 4 parts. So I actually finished the 4th part yesterday morning. And I am in love with these super cute little jellyfish. Look at them, they're so cute. And needle minder, I believe, is from Itchy Stitchy. I think I got that one from Itchy Stitchy. Next up is it's called Dragonfly. It's from Cross Stitch Pattern on Etsy, but it's like X Cross X Stitch X Pattern X, I think that they're called. It's on, this is on an 18 count black, and I started this for a work project, and then decided I wasn't a fan of stitching at work. This is, wow. This doesn't have a project bag, but I'm about to put one behind it. Let's just grab a piece of paper. This is on an 18 count black. I've done 353 stitches, and it's 12.67% complete. I haven't worked on this in a while. It's just, I don't want to currently, so it's not really moving anywhere. I do need to get back to it, but it's not really a priority. That one I started on the 5th of April this year. Next up, I started Huge Fan of Space. This is from Wild Violet Cross Stitch. I started this during the murder mystery event that the Black Needle Society was having. It's in a Harry Potter project bag. This is stitched on an 18 count opalescent in the colour Back in Black, I believe it's called, from Colour Cascade. This is as far as I've gotten. So this was started on the 24th of April 2022 at about 3 o'clock in the morning. This is as far as I've got. I have worked on it a couple of times. This is 835 stitches, and it's 24.35% complete. The one thing I learned during this retreat is don't start something at 3 AM because you won't be able to count things properly. So I had to actually rip part of that out and restitch it. The next thing I started was my first black work pattern. I saw This was shared by, I think, Jen at Wolf Down the Rabbit Hole. I think. I'm not 100% sure. And I've never done black work before, so I thought, you know, why not give it a go, see if I like it. This is in a Star Wars project bag because it is a Star Wars black work. It is in a Q-snap because I'm not taking it out. I started this on the 28th of April 2022. I don't know how much I have completed, but not very much, as you can see. So there's the 3 panels here. There is a big panel here with, I think, Vader's and Luke's lightsabers, and then there's another 3 squares on the other side. These Mandalorian helmets are not a fun time. They look amazing, but they're not it's not an enjoyable thing to try and stitch, to try and get everything perfectly lined up and the way it's meant to look. So I really do need to finish that because I quite enjoy it. Next up is Ahsoka by Owl's Head Designs. If you don't like park threads, you're not going to enjoy this because there are quite a few park threads. On this is in a Darth Vader project bag that I made myself. And it is, did I start this? 1st of May. So this was one of my main new starts this year. I have done a total of 3,956 stitches. It is 30.73% complete, and it is on an 18 count, 2 over 1 full cross. And I am obsessed with this. I absolutely love this. I love the way it works. Hang on, Ross is like craning his head around the camera. I love it. I love working on it. It is an amazing chart. Like this really, really subtle blend in the sky from like the gradient is just, it's incredible. I have worked on this quite a lot. I think towards the end of June I worked on this for like 4 days straight, and I didn't want to put it down, but I knew if I didn't I would hyperfixate on it until it was finished, and then nothing else would get done. So another May start I had is inspired by Athena, Chloe and Felicity because I am easily enabled. This is the Ravenclaw crest by, I think it's DMX Stitch. It's not on Etsy anymore, so I can't even check. This is in a Harry Potter items project bag. And this is as far as I've gotten. Not much. It is 879 stitches. It is 6.11% complete, and again this is on an 18 count. Currently it's 2 over 1 full cross, but there are half stitches called for. I am loving the way this looks. It is just such a subtle gradient. There are blends. It's blend central, but I don't mind blends. They make the work pop. And needle minder, turn to page 394, is from Itchy Stitchy. So with these ones, I do have all 4. I am going to be stitching the next one as soon as I finish this. So similar to the common rooms, I'm not starting all of them at once. Oh, sorry. It is a one at a time situation. Next up is another May start. This is Siren of the Sea by Autumn Lane Stitchery. This is in a Blue Cross project bag. This is stitched on an 18 count Blue Ocean Floor by Color Cascade Fabrics. And this is what it looks like so far. I started this on the 14th of May. This is 1,409 stitches. It's 5.13% complete, but that's not accurate because it shows the entire background, which I'm not stitching. And one of the colors that was called for was identical to my color fabric. So I substituted, the pattern called for a substitute for a variegated thread. And it's the first time I've used variegated thread and I absolutely loved it. It's not showing up really well because it's an opal fabric. But in her hair it goes from blue to green to purple. You can see it fairly well on my Instagram, so if you want to go take a look. This stitched up really quickly. I love Autumn Lane charts. I have a whole bunch more to stitch, but again, sort of a one at a time situation, but obviously I've got two at the moment. All right, my next May start was Must Be Possible by the Black Needle Society. Artwork is by Kristen De Palma. Sorry, my battery decided to die on me. I don't even know where I was up to. I'm pretty sure I had just showed this one. So this is Must Be Possible by the Black Needle Society. Artwork is by Kristen De Palma. This was the chart for the Novels and Needles box for this year, and it was the murder mystery event that we had for it. This is in the project bag that came in the box, which is this Black Needle special investigation file, and it is stitched on the box fabric, which is a Jody fabric, and it is a 16 count. It is 2 over 1 full cross. I have had a pitiful start. This has had 685 stitches. Literally, that's all I've done. But this fabric is amazing. So, really need to get some movement on that because that's just pitiful. My final start for May this year is the companion piece to Ahsoka, and it is Captain Rex. It is in a Mandalorian helmet project bag that I made myself. Again, this is on an 18 count 2 over 1 full cross. This has got a lot of parked threads. This is what it looks like. I have done 1,658 stitches and it is 12.88% complete. That 1,658 stitches I think was only about 3 days worth of work as well, which is not much. My next new start, which is also a finish for now since the first actual creature came out, is the Supernatural Stitch Along by the Witchy Stitcher. It is a mystery stitch along. Similar to her cryptids, it is a companion piece. It is not based on the Supernatural TV show. I have got it in this Emerald Gem project bag that I made. It is stitched on an 18 count Menacing Storm by Crafty Leanie. It was a fabric of the month that I got. It was my first fabric of the month fabric I got from Crafty Leanie. And I have finished the entire frame, which hopefully means I can keep up with the releases for this. The first release did come out today. Hopefully can stitch it today. We'll see what happens. Alright, next up is another mystery stitch along that I started. This was started on the 3rd of June. It is the Abby Sue Designs Fab 50 stitch along for Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary this year. I have got this in a mini project bag. However, it is literally chock full of all of my fabric because I am doing these as ornaments. I have only completed 2 of these. I really need to get a move on. So the first one that came out was BB-8, which I have stitched and is super cute. The border is meant to be 2 different shades of blue. I am doing them in, well, I don't even know if you can see, but I'm doing them in green and red etoile because these will eventually be ornaments on my tree. My next up I finished with stitch. I am currently working on Timon and Pumbaa, which was another release. There is some Incredibles characters which came out that I don't think I'm stitching, except for Edna Mode for my sister because she's hounding me for it. Miguel and Dante from Coco have come out, and Abu and Lady and the Tramp, and Joe from Soul, but I haven't seen that, so I'm not stitching it. So I really need to catch up on that one because I think the next release comes out in like tomorrow or the next day. And I wanted to get them done before Christmas this year so I could FFO them and put them on my tree, but I don't know if that's going to happen given everything else that's going on at the moment. Then my next start was another stitch along. It is the Touch of Magic stitch along by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. This is in a Quidditch theme bag. It's stitched on the Cold Fall 16 count, I think. I think it's like pewter grey or pearl grey or something. 2 releases have been done, and I have completed both releases. So this is a mystery stitch along. I actually stitched this during the Summer in Stars Hollow retreat in between the challenges. So during the challenges I worked on the Summer in Stars Hollow pattern, and then in between I worked on this. Just so I could get it done so it didn't stagnate like every other stitch along that I have. Alright, next up is Summer in Stars Hollow, which I started during the retreat. This is from the Black Needle Society. I'll have to put in a photo because my box still hasn't arrived from the States. Last tracking update was that it had left the country, so I'm just waiting for it to arrive and then for Ascendia to actually deliver it. This is stitched on an 18 count white. I started this on the 23rd of June during the retreat, and this is what I have done. So this is 2,247 stitches. It is 24.90% complete. I really wanted to hit 25% done during the retreat, but I missed the mark by a little bit. But as you can see, I have gridded this in a metallic blue, so that way I can actually do the overdyes while I'm while I'm working on the whole thing, rather than holding off until I've completed the DMC. So Week's Cantaloupe is the orange, and then Sophie's pink is the variegated pink down here. This retreat was such a fun time. It was amazing. I had a fantastic time. So that's as far as I got on that one. Likely not going to be finished before the next retreat, which I believe is March next year, and that is Spring in Stars Hollow. That, I should have said, is in a floral project bag. Alright, my second last whip, and I have a picture of this one. I'm not taking it out of the packet, it's probably going to have some glare. It is the Fox by Cottage Garden Samplings. I'm holding it so there's no glare, they couldn't see you wave. Obviously the first one in the Year in the Woods series. This is in a Disney Villains project bag that I made, and I am obsessed with this fabric. Like, I absolutely love it. It's incredible. I want to make everything out of this. Just amazing. This is still in the Q-Snap because I actually started this yesterday as part of the A Year in the Woods SH SOW. SH stands for Southern Hemisphere. It is hosted by Mel Rouvray. If you want to join the group chat that we have on Instagram, message Mel and she'll add you to the group. This is stitched on an 18 count that I hand dyed myself. I think the code for is Picture This Plus Mirage, which is virtually impossible to get in Australia, so I dyed it myself. I don't know how much I've done. I literally did this yesterday. This was our 1st of July start date. I spent most of the day gridding the fabric for another 2 starts. I have one for tomorrow and one for Monday. So it's not much, but I love it. It is amazing. I was really worried about that green on this fabric, but it's fine. The little fox needle minder is from Ginger Stitch AU as well. Alright, my last whip is the Frogwarts Year 1 Band Sampler by the Black Needle Society. So this is what it'll look like once it's done. There are 2 ways you could stitch this. Well, not really. There's the called for, which is an overdyed, and there is a charted DMC as well. I am stitching this all in overdyes, which is a first for me. I've already had to ask people questions because I have no idea what I'm doing. This is in a project bag I made the other day, which is black with the Harry Potter items fabric. This is also stitched on an 18 count that I hand dyed myself. And this is what I have done. This is literally, I don't know, 100 stitches, and I started this morning. So you can't really tell with the fabric because it's washing it out, but it reminds me of a pastel paddle pop. And that's like a rainbow ice cream pop you can get here in Australia. And I gridded it with the metallic blue sulky. I did miss the top row, so my top square is unfortunately only 9, so I had obviously stitch above. Philosopher's Stone needle minder because it is Year 1, and that needle minder was from Itchy Stitchy. But yeah, I love the way this turns out. So this is classic Colourworks Cherry Cobbler. I love the way this is turning out. I was so worried it would look completely different and a little bit darker, but I love it. I'm so happy with the dye I did on this. I actually dyed the first 4 years separately, but using the same method, same colors in the same color order, and they've all turned out similar but slightly different. So that's my start for Year 1. So they're all of my current active whips. I do have my next 2 keyed up. Tomorrow's new start will be Frogwarts Year 2, which is band number 2 by the Black Needle Society. We actually did get Year 3 digitally today, because the boxes are not going to ship in time for everybody to get the Year 3 pattern to start the challenge, which is the 3rd of July for the US and the 4th of July for us. And it's like, I think the Zoom they're doing is 2:30 in the morning. I'm not joining it. I'll just start when I wake up. So my fabric for Year 2 is done and gridded, ready to start tomorrow. So it is similar to Year 1. It is just a little bit different. This one is a little bit more yellowy, sort of greeny, which will go with the basilisk. I don't know if I showed the project bag. It's a Harry Potter Crest project bag. I made, so my one is Gryffindor themed because I'm a Gryffindor. I actually made a much nicer version of this bag in a Ravenclaw theme for Chloe and Felicity, and they did get it and they loved it, which is great. At least I hope they did. And then my Year 3 one is ready to go for the challenge start, and that is on this more, it's being washed out, but it's a more purpley fabric to go with. I wonder if this will help. Sort of. So it's a little bit more purpley than the other 2. And it has a Expecto Patronum needle minder on it. So that's ready to go for Monday. So they will be another 2 new starts. So that is all of my whips. That's all I've got for today. I do have some haul, but I'll save it for my next video because otherwise this one will be too long. I think we've already been filming for almost 50 minutes and it's going to be a lot of editing for Ross. So we'll just keep this to the whip parade and then I'll show my haul in my next update. My next update is technically meant to be on the 16th is when I normally would record. However, that is Frogwart's Year 3 weekend. And it is going to be absolute chaos with the challenges, and it is more intense than the Summer in Stars Hollow retreat. So I don't actually know if I'm going to be able to film a proper Flosstube, or if I'm going to sort of just self-film sort of like a vlog style every day during the retreat. I think Chloe and Felicity did it last year and they called it Vlogwarts, so I'm going to steal that. And probably film every day so that way I can just show you my progress. Otherwise we'd end up with a whole nother whip parade. So I'm not just sticking to the year 1, 2 and 3 charts for the challenges. I am working on a couple of other ones as well. So that's likely to be my next video, which means my haul will probably be video after. I have shared it on my Instagram, so you can go over there and take a look. But that's all I've got for today. If you want any more information on any of my whips, leave me a comment down below. Do all the YouTubey things, like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye! With the Harry Potter items fabric. This is also stitched on an 18 count that I hand dyed myself. And this is what I have done. This is literally, I don't know, 100 stitches, and I started this morning.